What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Sage Valentine, and I'm here to do yet another recap/review of CBS's Big Brother Season 21, episode number 33. Let's get down to it. During the double eviction, Jessica was evicted unanimously. Nicole won the HOH for the first time. That was awesome. Pure history in Big Brother and Big Brother 22. She nominated Tommy and Christy. Cliff won the veto, kept the nominations the same. Christy was headed to the jury house right behind Jessica. So that's about it for that. As far as everything that happened via the feeds this weekend, I found out who won HOH. I found out who was nominated, and I found out who won the veto. So it's going to be an interesting week. A lot of people are saying that the feeds are going to be boring now that Christy's gone. I don't think so. There'll be less crying this time. That's about it. There's been this big debate online as to whether or not Nicole made the right decision in terms of nominating Tommy and Christy over Jackson and Holly. And that debate still rages on. I'm glad that Big Brother included that whole segment that we did not see, or pieces that we did not see of the double eviction into this episode, instead of filling it with just filler, because that was really awesome. Kudos to the editors. And I'm not trying to kiss up. I mean kudos to the editors, because that was pretty awesome to do, because a lot of people, we didn't get to see everything that happened. Like, we saw certain conversations, but we didn't get to see everything, so that was awesome. Here's the thing, in my opinion, both sides were gunning for her anyway, but really Tommy and Christy made it clear that they were going after Nicole. So I'm not a rocket scientist or anything, I'm just a Big Brother super fan, but I think the most logical thing to do was to go after Tommy and Christy. Christy was the shield, Tommy was using Christy as the shield. Get rid of the shield, Tommy's by himself, so it is what it is. As far as not going after Jackson and Holly, it's because Jackson, Holly, and Cliff made that deal. They kept her safe. I see why she did what she did. Game-wise, either one was fine, because they both were dangerous duos. But as I said in my last review, I'm going to carry that over to this review. Christy could talk her way out of a paper box. Christy could talk her way out of a crater. Christy has the gift for gab. So that is the reason why Christy had to go. And the fact that she'd been nominated all those times and remained in the house, that's pretty dangerous. Really dangerous. This is my opinion. You guys probably have a different opinion. I accept all your opinions, but that's my opinion. If she had gone after Jackson and Holly, and say, for instance, Jackson had gone home, then Holly had won the HOH, then Nicole would be on the block. I think you get where I'm going with that. But again, you may disagree. Leave me the comments below. Let me know. And to those who said that I looked a lot happier than usual in my last review, because it was an awesome episode. It was the Big Brother I remember from when I was a teenager and in my early 20s. It was a great time to be a Big Brother fan, because the episodes before that were kind of meh until we got to Jessica's HOH, which was amazing. But other than that, this season has been meh, and that episode was definitely great. So let's get down to this recap/review. So we're at the final 5 at this point. Tommy is sad because Christy is gone. He feels alone. He doesn't trust anyone. It's funny to hear Tommy say that, though. Considering, if you think back to the time when he started that mess that had Nicole feeling alienated and upset and crying, it's amazing how Big Brother karma comes back around. It takes him a while, but it comes back around, and it gets you better than any karma I have ever seen in any of these reality shows. Anyways, Jackson said karma finally hits. He doesn't feel bad for Christy, and he is praying for her sister. For those of you that don't know, Christy has been swearing on her sister over and over again. Swearing on her life and lying at the same time. And a lot of people are superstitious, so they believe when somebody does that and they're lying, that brings bad luck to that person. Me personally, I wouldn't stand next to Christy's sister in a lightning storm or a thunderstorm with lightning. I wouldn't stand anywhere near her because that's just something you don't do. It's one thing to swear on somebody who has died. That's one thing. But for someone who's living, you don't put that type of energy into the world like that. It's kind of mess with that. Now, Nicole said she's in the top 5. She survived the double eviction, and she's so surprised that she won something finally. Little does she know, a majority of the fandom is just super shocked and super happy that she won the HOH because she's been trying hard. People have been dragging her all over social media, but Nicole has been trying hard and putting her all into it. For every competition, she hasn't thrown one competition, unlike Tommy. And I think Jackson threw one, Nick threw one. Quite a few people have thrown it, but Nicole did not. Nicole said she decided to go with Jackson and Holly because they kept her safe. And Jackson was really happy about that. And a lot of people are saying he's happy about that because that gives him a straight shot to the final 2 and final 3, does it? Think about it. Does it? We assume it does, but does it? What happens if Nicole ends up winning the HOH again and they have another puzzle or something? Don't forget, Nicole's a super fan. I feel like people count out Nicole at certain times, but don't forget, she's a super fan, so she's watched all these things. Alrighty, so Big Brother decided to show us that big double eviction segment, and Cliff was like, he told Tommy he was going to keep the nominations the same after he won the veto. Tommy said that Nicole did not make the right choice. This will cost Nicole $500,000, as if Tommy and Christy were not gunning for her, as if Tommy kept Nicole's name out of his mouth. That's all he did was talk about getting rid of Nicole as soon as Kimmy left. That's all he did. So this is straight Big Brother karma coming for him. And for him to say something like this will cost Nicole $500,000, dude. This season is not like other seasons where you can gauge who's going to win and stuff, because a lot of people thought that Jack and Jackson were going to be at the end, and here we are with only Jackson. And Jackson does have a weakness. Now that he does. He's not the best with puzzles. So I'm going to sit back and watch rather than say Jackson's going to win something. I want to see how the rest of these competitions are going to be. And as I said before, I know about the veto and the veto competition, but I'm talking about these next HOHs. I want to see how they're going to be, and I want to see how he fares in those next HOHs, because he can't play in the next one. Only Holly can. Think about it. So Nicole hopes that Christy doesn't take her, meaning Nicole's, decision to heart. The decision, I guess, to nominate her for the double eviction. But I mean, it's a game, so you have to remove your emotions from the game, but it is most certainly a game. So if Christy thought she was going to continuously be nominated and not be evicted, she had another thing coming. As a superfan, I've noticed whenever somebody's continuously nominated back to back, eventually that person goes, and Christy was a victim of that. Tommy is shocked that Nicole got Christy out. 4 people backstabbed him, blah, 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 blah. Sweetie, this is Big Brother. It's a game. You got to take the emotion out of it. But then again, I remember the times when Tommy was sitting in the middle of the conversations and laughing at this one getting evicted and laughing at this one's tears and saying this and laughing at the ignorant jokes. Big Brother karma came for him this week, or actually last week. Christy was just like, because of Nicole's decision, Jackson's going to win. She's like, Tommy, if you win HOH, you got to put up Jackson and Cliff. Honestly, it looks like at this point Jackson could win. But again, this is Big Brother. So a lot of times when we think one person's going to win, somebody else comes out of the woodwork and kicks butt and takes names. one player comes to mind. I believe it was Casey. When Casey sat back and chilled all season and then she finally hit the ground running, started winning stuff. Yeah, I think Nicole is having a Casey moment right now. Tommy was relieved that he didn't get evicted. He's like, just because Christy's game is over doesn't mean that his game ended. Again, this is why I paid none of those emotional Tommy segments any mind, simply because of the fact that Tommy has been about himself since the beginning, and Christy was his shield. And he's been saying that a few times, especially when it looked like Christy was in danger, that like he's going to let Christy go. So that's why I'm looking at these segments like, is he all of a sudden trying to get our sympathy because he wants to win AFP or something? Because that's definitely not going to happen. Then we get a segment of Nicole's happiness and Tommy's sadness. The scenes are kind of juxtaposed. Then Tommy's like, I had an army, but now it's down to me. I'm like, your army was raggedy from the beginning and none of them trusted each other. So I had a feeling it was going to come down to this. I didn't think Tommy would be the last one left, but I had a feeling they were just going to implode really quick, and they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. So Nicole received her HOH basket, her pictures of her family, a bunch of cool stuff, including some exclusive Lucky Charms. I found out that box of Lucky Charms was, if memory serves, 1 or 2, I think she got maybe, did she get 3 boxes, something like that? They were like a part of 9 that were made specifically, not specifically for Big Brother, but they were just like limited edition. There were only 9 or something like that that were made, and she got, I think it was 3 boxes. I'm not sure, but I think she got 3 boxes of it. And mind you, my information comes from the feeds, not from this episode. I believe it was more than 1 box she got. So Nicole read her letter, and it was so sappy and emotional and sweet. And Nicole's parents told her that they were proud of her, basically letting her know that she has support and she's doing fine. And to my recollection, she is doing fine in this game, and she hasn't acted a fool, and she hasn't embarrassed her family. So she's a part of that crew with Ovi and with Kimmy and even with David. So she's good. Nicole was like, she needed to protect 3 people. This is when she was talking to Jackson, Holly, and Cliff. And they all agreed together that Tommy should not win the next HOH. Nicole and Cliff meet later on, and they definitely proved everyone wrong, which they did, because they were talked about like dogs all through the season because they were the underdogs. Everybody was trying to get rid of Cliff. They're trying to get rid of Nicole, and here they are in the top 5. So it is what it is. So they were both basically saying that the next HOH is huge. Cliff believes that he would be safe if Tommy won the HOH. I'm just like, I don't think you'd be safe, Cliff. But whatever helps you through this, but I'm just like, dude, I don't think you're safe at this point. So Tommy is all alone, and Nicole tells Tommy that he's not alone, and Nicole tells us she's, you know, adapting and navigating. That's how she made it this far in the game, and that's the truth. And she feels like if Tommy wins the HOH, he will nominate the showmance. The show doesn't really show us who Tommy was going to nominate. It could have been Cliff and Nicole. It could have been, you know, Jackson and Holly, or it could have been like Jackson and Nicole or Jackson and Cliff. Either way, Cliff was going on that block. Tommy's like, he has to win the HOH. He's going to do his best, and he's proud that he made it to the final 5, and he has to fight to win the next HOH. So, we're going to talk about the controversial HOH competition, aka BB Flicks and Chills. Why is it controversial? Because it's hosted by Bailey and Swaggy. For those of you who don't know, when a Big Brother season ends, I don't really like follow. In fact, I don't follow the house guests as a whole to see what they're doing. I followed Rockstar, so I know what Rockstar's been up to, but for the most part with everybody else, I didn't follow them. I would just take my cues from the different tweets of people who I followed who were super fans, and they were talking about stuff, and I'd read and say, oh, okay, that's happening. But other than that, I didn't follow it. I heard about the controversy with Bailey and Swaggy, and I think Kevin's family, and something with money, and I was like, okay, I mean, I don't know the full story. I don't know. It was like, all right, whatever. And then there was a controversy when apparently, was it Bailey or Swaggy? What did they say? Somebody said that they leaked who won the HOH and they said something else. And I'm just like, more Big Brother drama. I'm here for gameplay, not all this drama, guys. But it was definitely controversial on social media this weekend, I will tell you that. Nicole's completely starstruck, like the super fan that she is, and I'm so happy for her. Jackson's really afraid that if Tommy wins the HOH, he will come after him or Holly. Cliff believes the same thing, and so does Holly. Tommy knows that there's a 4-person alliance. Now, mind you, all of this is being said in the diary room segments. And Tommy knows there's a 4-person alliance in the house and everything. So I'm not going to go straight through the HOH. All I'll tell you is that Jackson won the HOH. He dominated the entire competition. I feel like if Nicole had played in this, she probably would have won this as well. He was just being really extra, and he's excited because he's guaranteed to be in the Final 4. Tommy knows he'll be nominated, but he's like, I'm still here in this game. I'm still going to fight. So later on, Tommy tried to plant seeds of doubt in Jackson's head, and I'm just like, Jackson's not listening to this. So you're kind of, as the old folks say, talking loud and saying nothing because he's not listening. It didn't work. And he mentioned something about Nicole and Christy. Nicole and Cliff coming upstairs late at night after somebody won the HOH. I'm just like, dude, you're going on the block. It is what it is. So then Cliff is talking to Nicole, and he's like, you know what? Jackson's definitely going to end up putting up me and Tommy on the block. And either Cliff or Nicole, Cliff's like, one of us has to win this veto. He definitely did. Nicole is really worried. She's like, if Tommy wins the veto, then Nicole and Cliff are in trouble because obviously Nicole's going to go up on the block as a replacement, not Holly. A lot of fans are saying that she made a stupid choice by kicking out, well, nominating Christy and Tommy, and then Christy getting evicted and all. And the reason why I'm saying this right now is because that's what she said in her diary segment. She's like, I know, guys, I know. And today she mentioned how she's catching wind that the fans are saying that she needs to use the veto, take down Cliff, and then Holly can go up and they can split that showmance. Alrighty, so we get down to the nomination ceremony. Jackson ended up nominating Cliff and Tommy. He's like they're slim pickings. He's proud to be with everyone, and he wishes both Cliff and Tommy the best for veto. I wouldn't want Jackson to wish anything for me in this game. Jackson is something. Jackson plans on seeing his Final 4 through, so in other words, his main target is Tommy. Cliff is not surprised he was nominated. If Tommy wins the veto, it's a wrap for his game. Tommy said no one is going to gun for the veto as hard as him. He will be going to the Final 4. And you see a black cat in the corner, and that's my cat, Danny. He's moving around. Anyways, that's about it for tonight's episode. This will probably be uploaded after midnight because I think it's 11:42 right now. But I had to do this review on time. I will be on TVCO on Tuesday. Check the link in the description box and upload the app to your phone if you have Android or if you have Apple. And we can continue the conversation all about Big Brother. I will be doing my review for episode 34 on time. And Thursday, I'll do that review on time. And let me know if you want me to go live again on TVCO or go live on Periscope. Either or. The YouTube thing's not going to happen. YouTube had to change their, what do they call it, their rules and everything. Anyway, love you all. Take care. And like I said, I was happy last week's episode or last week's review because it was a good episode. Today's episode was right after that one in my opinion, but I will see you guys on Tuesday for TVCO at 7 p.m. Eastern and on Wednesday for yet another recap / review. I love you all. Take care. Bye, guys. Love you all. And this big old thing right here says, he loves you too. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.